Hey all my foodie friends and family, welcome back. Today we're going to do another meatloaf recipe. This one's just a little bit different. We're going to use ground turkey and we're going to stuff it with greens. It's an absolutely delicious recipe if you want something other than beef. So in a saute pan I had 2 teaspoons of oil and 2 teaspoons of garlic, and I've just been browning that, and I've added 1 cup of shredded carrot. This adds a great sweetness to your meatloaf. And here are 4 to 6 Baby Bok Choy that I've chopped up in little pieces. And I'm going to saute them because I just want to wilt them down. I don't want to lose the crispness of the white part, but I want the leaves to wilt a bit. I'm going to add salt and pepper. You could jazz this up with some other seasonings if you like. You could certainly add some hot pepper, because turkey tends to be a bit bland all by itself, so you need to kind of spice it up. So if you like the hot pepper or some Tabasco sauce or paprika or anything like that, you could certainly add that. I'm kind of a wimp and I don't like really hot food, so sorry. I know a lot of my friends like spicy stuff, and I eat different food than they do. So we're getting that sauteed. We're just wilting the greens. So there it is, kind of done. All the moisture has been cooked out. You don't want the mixture to be too soggy to go into your meatloaf. I'm adding a dash of sesame oil just to bring out the flavor of the veggies, and it gives it kind of an Asian twist. Now be careful with how much you use. If you put too much, it's going to end up tasting really soapy. But a little bit makes a great flavor. Use the roasted sesame oil, not the organic unroasted ones or raw. Very different flavor. Stirred that in. And now I've got a pound of lean ground turkey. You could certainly use chicken. You could also substitute other things. This recipe would be good with veal. With pork. Anything that's light colored meat would do really well with this recipe. I'm adding a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So when you're using ground chicken or turkey, it tends to be kind of bland too, so you really need to zhuzh it up and make it taste like something. So I've added 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs and 1 beaten egg. You know, this is a classic kind of meatloaf mixture recipe. You won't go wrong if you use any of these in your meatloaf. I'm taking the veggie mixture that is cooled and I'm adding it back into the meat mixture. And now you see my camera has decided that the light ring is more important than the meatloaf mixture. I'm real sorry about that. It just had a mind of its own all of a sudden. I didn't notice it until the video recipe was done, but you get the idea here. I'm mixing the greens and the carrot into the meatloaf mixture with the crumbs and the egg and the Italian seasoning. And don't overmix, because your meatloaf will get a kind of a strange texture. It'll get very spongy if you overmix it. If you've ever had Chinese meatballs, that's the kind of texture you'll get. So you put this in an oven and you bake it at 350 degrees for about an hour. I also sprinkled the top with some Worcestershire sauce and some Parmesan cheese sprinkles, and it was absolutely delicious. If you like the recipe, I would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. The more foodies here, the better. Thanks for stopping by for some more food that warms your soul and mine too. See you next time.